Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is Gravia's Ghost, and today I'm going to teach you how to play if you're not a pro. If you want to play safe, stealthy, and great, this is what you got to watch. Let's have a look. As you can see, dropping exactly to my favorite location, the warehouse is above Bhan. We're headed straight down. Thankfully, it's close to the path of the aircraft. Gonna run, and find a gun. Now you'll always see me play very safe, and most people think that playing safe means that you're not gonna get anything out of the game. Uh, this game, or rather, this will prove different. So I didn't get anything in this house, and that does happen from time to time. It's really sad, especially if there are other people in this compound. Very often I'm stuck with just a pistol, but thankfully, every time there is company, I always get something decent in there. So, yeah, it offers me cover and weapons. So, I think that cottage is the best place to get into as soon as you hit this compound. Now you'll notice I do pick up a lot of accessories, lots of ammo, and even if I don't have a gun for that particular ammo, I'll still pick it up. At least all the ARs, if not, not for the SMGs as such, but for the ARs for sure. Also, accessories, anything that I know I will want if I get that particular gun. Now, for example, I've only got one AR. I don't know whether I'm going to get another SMG, an AR, a sniper. So I'll pick up almost all the accessories I can for any of those weapons that I know I'm going to use, of course. There we are, first bot of the match. Bot of the match. First bot of the match. I'm playing at Platinum, and it's surprising that there are still so many bots. I expected that, there would be no bots at this stage, but well, there you have it. And an extra frag for me, don't have a problem with that. Yep, peek by mistake. That's something I got to learn, is how to peek and fire continuously. I mean, I do it at times, not on Sanhok, on other maps. I need to start doing it more regularly, even on Sanhok, and I guess that is something I'm going to start practicing. Now I've got enough 5.56 ammo, and I've actually over the last couple of days fallen in love with this loadout, the QBZ and QBU. I mean, it just gets me there. It gets me to the finish. So now I'm making sure that my backpack is streamlined. I've mentioned that in videos before. So while you're running around, you know you're pretty safe. Make sure you empty your backpack, get rid of anything you don't need, because you are going to get a lot of kit that you really want. Make sure your guns are reloaded. You have no idea how many times I have died because my gun isn't reloaded, and I think you might see an instance of that in almost me dying in an instance in this game as well. Always make sure that you're very careful about the footprints around you, footsteps. You need to make sure that you're listening very carefully, your volume is turned up, because that can make or break your match. You'll notice a lot of instances. I don't even have a visual on the guy. It's just because of the sound of his footsteps and a general idea of where he could be based on that I do take out that guy. So um, I would really suggest that. Be very careful about your footsteps. Make sure that you're wearing a good headset. AR suppressor. Thank you, baby. The QBU with an AR suppressor, it just sounds so satisfying. It reminds me of old school movies or video games where the sniper actually made that, sound as if it was a laser and not really a gun. But yeah, it sounds really satisfying. And of course, with the high bullet velocity of the QBU, no matter what the range, you can deliver multiple hits on target within seconds. You'll see an example of that too. Right, and I am waiting. Too much fog everywhere, can't see anything. This is where I'm really relying on my footsteps, the sounds around me. If you notice, I'm crouched. Crouching helps you in reducing the sound that you make. Also, it reduces the recoil from your weapons, so it's a good idea, especially when you don't know when what's around you. Crouching is a really good idea. Now, I can see so many crates over here. I know that people have had action, but I don't hear any footsteps around me. I don't think that guy is there. I'm still gonna look through this because very often people leave stuff behind or don't need certain things that you might want. Now I heard a car coming down and squad ride. You gotta make sure you know where people are before you run into a compound like that. Though they did stop outside the compound and they may not have heard me, but they definitely should have been more careful about that. I've always had good luck on this mountain. In fact, if you watch most of my videos, you see a lot of my kills around this mountain just above Bhan. For some reason, there's a lot of foot traffic through this area, and farming kills is pretty easy. Alright, we're up to 5 kills, and we're just getting into the first circle. I mean, it's just so satisfying. The QBZ2, it just shreds. It literally just mows down anyone who's in its path. It just puts so many bullets on target in that time. It's insane. Alright, let's go. If you notice, I'm more of a crouch and stealth player than a jump around jumping jack. But from time to time, I do try and force myself to break out of that comfort zone because if you're always. Now, I was crossing a road. If I was crouching and walking slowly, anybody who had an eye on me would be able to get me within seconds. So, when you're crossing open areas like that, it does make sense to be a little more mobile, be a little more um, unpredictable, zigzag, jump, sprint, walk. I mean, it all makes a big difference. When you're waiting, when you're still, please make sure that you know exactly where you can get shot from. You need to make sure that you're aware of the areas that people can see you from. Now, when I sat down in that hut, you noticed I chose a corner from where neither of the windows had access. So, I'm hoping that the airdrop is somewhere nearby. I'm always worried that while I'm looking at the airdrop, somebody's gonna shoot me. In Sanhok, especially when it's misty like this, getting airdrops is very easy. Sanhok being a small map, no matter how far the airdrop is, you can get to it within a few seconds. So it's really, really good. It's easy to get to. I really want that armor more than the guns. In fact, if I'm not wrong, I didn't even take any of the guns. Or did I? I did, I think. Let's see. Trying to get into the habit of smoking all the drops I go to, and for some reason, I always fall short. The goals are: do I switch? Do I not switch? Do I switch? Do I not switch? No, I don't switch. Though the Groza is good, is really awesome, and the best gun for CQC. I do find that at mid range, the accuracy isn't that great, and I have had problems with it. I'm gonna stay within my comfort zone. So now I'm waiting for anybody else to come and take out, uh, try and take that airdrop. Now, seeing my smoke, maybe nobody will. But I've heard shots up there, and I know that once they're done with that, they are gonna try and make it out this way. So I've changed to now. If you notice, I changed the suppressor and back to the compensator on my AR. I am very skeptical, or rather, I keep wondering whether it is better for me to. There's the QBU kill. It's just so sweet. Just 3 taps and you're gone. And it just puts so many taps. If you notice, I started by aiming almost knee height or a little close to the waist, because recoil always takes the bullet upwards. So by the time you're on your third bullet, you're at chest or head height, and it's normally most guns, two to the chest, one to the head normally does it. So aiming at the basic abdomen area and letting the recoil take care of the rest really does it for me. Alright, taking the essentials and let's go. I waste too much time looting. So, these videos are not only to show you what you can do, but also what you shouldn't do. I mean, I was out there in the open, I had smoked when I went to get that airdrop, but now I had not smoked. I mean, that's just weird. Anyway, speaking about the compensator and the suppressor now, the compensator really reduces recoil incredibly. The suppressor does up to a certain extent. Now, the grip I was using is angled grip, and compared to a vertical foregrip, it reduces less recoil. A vertical grip reduces more recoil. So I've come to the understanding that I want to combine my compensator with an angled grip, and my suppressor with a vertical grip, so that I still get good recoil control. I'm not very great at doing that with the thumb or the index finger, so I'm trying to make sure that the gun itself is recoil friendly. So I don't have a vertical grip at the moment, hence if you notice, I have put a angled grip along with my suppressor on my AR. I noticed my friend was here killing a few people, so I made sure I came to see what's up, maybe help him out a bit. Have put my compensator back on the AR. Now, Sanhok is a map where stealth really pays off, so it is good to have a suppressor. There we go. It's good to have a suppressor, but then again, on any map, a compensator just makes accuracy that much better. And now that I have a 6 times, I'm set. Now you see, I have the vertical, so I'm going to switch out for a vertical, and I'm going to put my suppressor on there. I'm going to put the 6x, remove the 4, and I think my loadout is as good as it's ever going to be, and I love it. I'm actually surprised, compared to other ARs, the QBZ has a very different sound to when it is suppressed. I mean, it's not as quiet or as muffled as the other guns. I think the mechanism of the gun itself still makes a lot of noise. So, yeah, not a very great weapon when it's suppressed. I mean, it's still not very suppressed, but the main reason for using a suppressor is because it also improves, I mean, it reduces the flash of your weapon slightly. So again, another reason why I need to make sure that the flash from my weapon is reduced considerably. Now I'm waiting here, and I wait for quite a bit, in fact. I'm wondering where people will be trying to see. Yeah, I saw a guy run up from there, and it's still too misty. I saw him run up from there, but it's too misty now, I can't see him. And there are two drops there. That is Temptation Island. But since I've already visited a drop, I am pretty
Enemies
good for
ahead.
now. I'm trying to mark the
Enemies
location, and
ahead.
every time I set the marker, my icon moves up as well.
Enemies ahead.
Somebody shooting me from the right. Interesting. I'm wondering where he is, and do I have enough time to heal up? And I do. So I'm just gonna heal up real quick. Thank God for that first, that full med kit. Just to be on the safer side, having a soda as well. Want to make sure there's nobody behind me because I still don't see the guy who shot at me. And I want to make sure that there's nobody over here who's gonna snipe me if I start exposing my position. So that's not gonna happen. Make sure my weapon's ready. And my teammate actually took care of that guy. Superb. Wondering if he had a teammate. Though he wasn't knocked, so I guess not. Again, small circle out in the open. I'm just running around trying to get shit. Now, if you notice footsteps, I heard the footsteps. I didn't even see the guy, but I heard his footsteps, and I noticed a little bit of movement in the grass over there, and I just took the shot. The QBZ does the rest. It's just so many rounds on target that it's too difficult not to get some knock or a kill. Always sticking to rocks, always hard cover to hard cover. Making sure there's still nobody up there. It's really, really difficult to see anyone. Trying to ensure that I don't get into any trouble or into anything I haven't seen, foreseen. If you notice, I'm still crouched. Uh, at especially when you know that there could be enemies at a greater distance and you're going to be using something like an AR and you're out in the open, you want your accuracy to be as high as possible. I mean, your reflex and your accuracy needs to be on point. So I was too greedy. I had to come to these drops. Needed that level
I
3
got
helmet.
supplies.
Got him the vest, and I got people shooting at me. Thankfully, there's another vest in here. So looks like only one guy actually came for both these drops. So I got some extra stuff. That's superb. Trying to get an eye on the guy who was shooting at me from up there. Don't think I can see him, but I'm pretty sure I can get him. Let's see. Always looking behind me as well. Very, very important to make sure that nobody is going to sneak up on you. Very often we're so focused on getting into the zone and what's in the zone that we're very, very oblivious to what's another guy who's running into the zone right behind us, just like we are, and make sure that that doesn't happen. Caught this guy sneaking up on us, trying to hide. Now, I should have just let him be on the other side of the tree. I mean, if I just waited, he would have died on his own. Dancing around like that, his buddy might have got me. I should have just stepped away for a second or two and taken a peek. His buddy is down there, and I'm being a potato, just trying to lay down as much suppressing fire as possible, make sure he doesn't come into the circle, throwing in a few grenades. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to make sure that I even lay down fire into the grass for no rhyme or reason. Now I'm gonna go around this rock because I know he's somewhere near that tree. I didn't notice him because of the flames, but he's right there at the bottom. Oh, he almost got me. Thank God for that molly. The molly must have got him a little, and that's how I could take him out in just a few rounds. Otherwise, you saw where my health was. He almost got me completely. Now, greedy graveyard's ghost is going to loot as usual, even though the circle has passed him by, and this is the second last circle. He's stupid. Anyway, I'm getting into the circle now. This is where I started making the most mistakes in this game. First was looting over there. Yep. Now that made me come into the circle a little late. I do notice that there is someone nearby. There is shooting. Footsteps nearby. There were a couple of rounds a little while ago. So I know that there are people in that direction, and the circle is really small. There's 7 people here, so they're definitely all in the circle by now, or dying to the zone. So I start moving up. Now, I don't believe in snaking. Snaking isn't the most fair way to win this match. I mean, come on, guys. So people had a battle over there, and somebody got killed. We saw the green smoke go up. I'm trying to look for the guy that killed him. Now, what I don't realize is that I have a blind spot, which is diagonally to my left just now. Behind this tree is a rock, and there's a guy right next to that rock. Now, I can't see him from here, but he's right there, and I miss him. So when I go back to peeking around the right, yep, that guy got my partner. Now I still don't see him, but I know he's there, so I'm making sure that I threw down a smoke, and I'm trying to revive my partner. That guy is getting rounds off regularly, and he's gonna take down my partner now. Damn, my partner died to the zone. Just that extra second. Now I should have been more aware of this guy here. I knocked him, thank God. Now I see another guy up in the distance, and there are only 4 of us remaining. One is this guy who's not. So I'm assuming that that guy I saw in front of me is this guy's teammate. Guess what? I was wrong. Here's the snake who took me out. Hope you